My God. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I didn't do much today. Anyway, welcome guys to my Divine Feminine YouTube channel. I just wanted to basically touch base what has happened to me today. Well, last night. I'll just say last night. I was thinking to vlog yesterday, but then I don't know. I was too emotional. You guys know, like, I'm so serious about this twin flame journey thing that, I mean, this is what I've come to understand. I actually asked she's actually kind of famous on YouTube. She's a psychic, a super psychic is what she calls herself. And I believe it. I don't know where she gets her gifts or her powers from, but, you know, I'm not gonna mention her name on here. She's one of the people that she posted a video about divine masculines messages to divine feminines, and I mean there's a lot on YouTube, you know, with that, but hers I found special. You know, and that's really what got me to message her, email her actually, because I watched one of her video, which was updated last, I think, couple days ago, and she said she's gonna give a free reading question for about anything really. Just email her within 48 hours, and she just uploaded that, like, not long, like an hour. And, you know, I got the notification, watched the video, read the description that she's giving free question, you know, to anybody within 48 hours. So I emailed her and asked her about my twin flame. Specifically, I asked, is the tarot card, because I told her I read tarot cards too for myself, and I asked her, is it true what the tarot card said, that my twin flame will come back to me in a few weeks, you know? But she did not answer that question. She actually said that there are things, I guess, that I am, not understanding, and it's not accurate. And what bothered me the most, that made my heart sink, is that she said to me that I'm not mentally stable, and it has something to do with my childhood, and I have madness going on in my mental brain. Basically, she kind of said that I'm crazy and I'm mentally ill, and yeah. So I don't know if that was a mistake, that she meant to send that to somebody else, but it did affect me greatly, because I started to doubt, maybe she is right, you know, maybe I do have some mental illness. But then I asked my ex and I asked my best friend, and I'm like, what do you guys think? You know, I'm curious, right? And, you know, my best friend was like, wow, she's fucking stupid. Like, oh my God. Like, how could she say that to you? You know? And I'm just like, well, she doesn't really know me. I don't really know her. You know, but she's a psychic, so, you know, I respect that. And I asked my ex, and my ex was like, well, everybody has mental issues, right? Because those were her words. The psychic, she said that I have mental illness and madness. And she does not see a stable mental with me. Like, it's not stable. I don't have stable mental health. So, my ex was like, well, all of us have mental illness. I mean, and I searched it. I was like, I'm curious, what does mental illness really mean, right? And I know it's embarrassing because I'm a surgical assistant, and I should know all these things, but I don't. I don't. I mean, there's a lot of even surgeons, doctors, believe it or not, they have to review. They still review. They can't remember everything. I mean, you're human, right? Um, but I never really was curious about my mental health because I just never thought about it. And I'm not saying that with a high head or high pride or ego. It's just it never came to my mind to think about it. And maybe there was a purpose for her to say that to me. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe you guys could be the judge of it. But at the same time, it's like right now, I'm just trying to trust my inner self and my inner wisdom, and just try to think positive of anything that comes my way. Just basically just trying to survive. It's the only thing we could do in this world. And everybody has their own beliefs, right? So I'm not trying to change anyone's beliefs or what. This is mainly really about me. That's why it does connect with my twin flame journey. And maybe that's why my twin flame and I are not in union, because I too have a lot of things to work on with myself. So I am pretty much open-minded with what the psychic told me through email. And I did research about what mental illness is. And it varies from depression, anxiety, being isolated, and going to work, and it affects how you communicate with others, work environment, stuff like that, work performance and all that. And to come and think about it, yeah, every time I go to work, I always have issues with people around me. Because I know I'm a sensitive, like I could tell. I cannot explain that. Okay. It's hard for me to explain that, but work has never really been fully smooth road for me. And I think that's also why I believe in this twin flame, is because twin flame is all about, learning about us, learning about ourselves. And yeah. And, I told my ex, and my ex was just like, well, everybody depressed, everybody's filled with anxiety, everybody has mental issues. It's not just you. I mean, and yeah. So yeah, that bothered me though. I'll be honest with you guys. Like what that super psychic told me, it really bothered the shit out of me. Like you guys have no idea. Like I felt like, oh my god, am I really going crazy? Am I really crazy? Am I a psycho? Am I fucking like, what is this? Like how I feel for my twin flame. Is she is she even my twin flame? Like all these things I'm feeling, am I just like overly obsessed? Am I just like, what the fuck's going on, right? Like I had all these doubts. And then all of a sudden I look at the clock. I don't know why. I'm just like, I look at the clock, and the clock was in pairs. It was 10:55, and ever since then I've been seeing like pairs of numbers, like either it's 3 digits like 111 or 1011 or 1111 and like 555, 333, all those things. And I'm like, okay, so the angels are trying to tell me something. And every time I look at a clock, for whatever reason, I don't know, and the numbers match, or even if it doesn't match, and I just get that feel that I need to search it. I search it on Google, and one of the numbers that I saw that was in pairs, it actually said there that the angels want me to understand that I make my own destiny, and I make my own path, and I shouldn't let anybody control that. I shouldn't give anyone the power to take over who I am as an individual and my beliefs and my values. And see, this is what's kind of dangerous about tarot cards and all that. I mean, I'm not, saying bad things about those who read tarot cards and oracle cards, but this is just for those who probably could relate to it, because I know that the moon shifts that has happened, the lunar eclipse and the solar and the retrograde, it really affected most divine feminines out there, including myself, which I do strongly believe I am a divine feminine. And the reason for that is, sorry guys, I got distracted. The reason for that is because I know what my heart feels, and it's been magical the first 2 weeks of ever since that lunar eclipse just shifted. The things I thought was impossible happened, and the one thing impossible that happened was my divine masculine communicating to me. And I know what my heart feels, and nobody knows that. So whatever anybody tells me, that's what everybody says. I mean, I cannot change anyone's beliefs. I cannot change other people's opinion of me as a person, as an individual. And I won't let it get to me. And I think this was like a lesson too, what the psychic emailed me, is that how easily I get affected by what people say. And I thought I'm like that strong, stubborn person that, I don't give a shit what you tell me. I don't give a shit about you. I don't give a shit, if you disagree to agree or whatever, or agree to disagree with me. But in reality, it affected me. So there are things, I guess, that I need to work on within myself. And I know that takes part of why my divine masculine are not in union. I'm not saying that it's the only reason. I am saying that it's part of the many reasons. And that includes her not being ready, So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. And I know I've been on and off because it has been a confusing experience. I know that I'll never forget, going to 5D. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how I did it. I don't know what the hell was going on. But it felt real. It really did. It felt real. It's like you feel your divine masculine touching you. You feel her hugging you. You feel her just there. And it's a powerful experience, an experience that you'll never forget, and it felt good. It felt good. So if there are psychics out there who probably will watch this video, I don't have any disrespect toward any of you. The only thing I guess is that maybe you have a reason to say what you need to be said or what needs to be said. I'll just trust the universe that it was meant to be relayed to me in the right time, maybe. I mean, she emailed me that. Maybe it was really meant to happen for whatever, and I'll take the positive out of it. I think that's also one of the things I learned. Just try your very best to think positive, even though you're in hell and in a dark place. So yeah, I think that's really what I wanted to touch base on today. Last night I was missing my divine masculine. Oh yeah, okay, so I want to tell you guys, my best friend and I were talking, and she was exchanging messages with my divine masculine, and I just couldn't take it anymore, you guys. Like, I just want to know where I'm at. I want to know where I'm at, because she knows where I'm at. She knows how I feel for her. She knows how I truly feel, and I know that you guys may not agree about what I'm going to tell you guys and agree with what I did, but for me, in my journey, I felt that I needed to. I just follow my instinct, I follow my intuition, I follow my heart. Okay, so what happened to me is because I just followed what my heart was saying. And to me, that's also part of your twin flame journey, is being completely authentic and genuine to who we are, not only as a divine feminine, but as an individual in this earth, in this world that we live in. So I told my best friend to ask her, does my divine masculine still have feelings for me? And, they were exchanging, and I told her, no, just say yes or no. Like, is it a yes or no? And finally, my divine masculine was like, yeah, maybe you're right to advise me, because she was talking to my best friend. Maybe you're right to advise, me to move on, because she won't get anything from me. So, no. And then she said no again. But tell me why. Tell me why. That next morning, she goes on my Smule page, my Smule profile. Smule is like a singing app. I love to sing. So to others out there, it's a hobby. I love to sing. So anyway, and she loves to sing too. So we have a lot of similarities, really. But anyway, yeah, she went to my Smule profile because I got a notification that she hearted my solo cover. Well, it's not really a solo cover. It's like an invite song for other people to join in, But in order to even get to that song, you'd have to scroll all the way down. So that kind of told me, okay, well, I didn't tag you on that invite for that song. I didn't even mention you at all. So that tells me, okay, you were on my Smule. Before you went to bed, because the time difference is, if it's morning here, it's nighttime over there. So yeah, I got the notification in the morning, and that tells me, okay, it's nighttime over there. So she couldn't sleep, probably looking at my songs, watching me sing, and she probably made a mistake, hearting it, or she probably did it intentionally. But that song that she hearted, you guys, which takes really a long time to even get there, because you really have to scroll down. There's no shortcut, you have to scroll all the way down to look for it. So that tells me, yeah, she was really on my Smule. She was on my profile, stalking me. So anyway, that song that she hearted is called On the Wings of Love. Now, keep note, before this morning, that night when they were exchanging words with my best friend, when she was exchanging words with my best friend, and I was trying to figure out, okay, does she still have feelings for me or not? I actually wrote a 5-page letter, and that 5-page letter consists of all my feelings, every thought, every dream, every emotion that I withheld, everything that I did not have a chance to tell her and didn't want to tell her and avoided it. And the reason why is because deep in my heart, I'm just like, well, I don't think it's right for me to even open that up to you. Not right now. Because I think it's like, maybe it's a one-way street, what's going on between us. But I thought to myself, you know what? Since she said no, she doesn't have feelings for me anymore, then why not, right? What is there to lose? So I wrote a 5-page letter. Now here's what's funny. I used Cam Scanner, which is it basically scans your letter and transverts it to a PDF file. Now, I sent that to my best friend just so that she could see it, and I'd share it to her. But my dumbass best friend thought, okay, which I don't know, up till this time, I don't know what caused her to believe or think that I wanted her to send it to my divine masculine. But anyway, she did. She sent it Like, it did not take a minute. She just sent it. And I'm like, oh my God, why did you do that? Like, why did you do that? That's the whole point why I wrote a fucking letter. Like, I'm gonna mail it, you know, because I am a hopeless romantic. I truly believe that letters are truly the best way to romanticize the love of your life. And the reason is, like, you know, it takes time. I mean, it takes effort. It takes time. You put a lot of your thoughts in there. It's like you're vulnerable there, you know? You're vulnerable with that letter because you're not really expecting a reply. You're not expecting anything. You just want your heart to be told, you know? You want to share it. And I have sent my divine masculine so many letters. You guys have no idea. I've sent her so many. I know up till this day she still has it because she's a Scorpio, and I know all Scorpios, they truly treasure the gifts that anyone gives them. They don't throw it away. They treasure it. Okay. So, and on top of that, she did mention to me she still has all of it. So anyway, I told my best friend, why did you do that? Like, I did not tell you to send it to her. You know, so we were going on and on and on about it, and we were just laughing at each other because, you know, and yeah, so that's that. And I think that's why she was on my profile, my Smule profile, looking at my videos, and I don't know if she accidentally hearted that song, but that song relates to my 5-page letter. And my intuition just was like a light bulb, like, oh, okay, you read it. You read it. You read it. You read my letter. Because, you know, I told my best friend that's the last anyway. And she told her that it's the last. So, I mean, I'm not expecting. I mean, come on, you guys. If you guys send a letter to somebody, they're going to read it. They may not want to read it. I mean, you know, especially when that person has truly changed your life. And I know, like I was telling my best friend last night, even though my divine masculine continually denies her feelings for me, is afraid, which I understand. Divine masculines are afraid, you know. Your heart doesn't lie. And the words, the mouth, the actions may lie sometimes, but the heart, the feel doesn't lie. So I told her, you know, I've went through the worst with my divine masculine. I have been there through her worst, through the time she was innocent, through the time that she didn't know how to get out of her own mess, and I guided her through it. And I know that I'm very, very special to her. She may deny it. She may try to hide it. She may lie. She may find lies to cover it up. But I told my best friend, I know the truth. I know the truth. I guess I was just being selfish that I wanted her to say it. You know, like, I want her to just say it. Because, fuck, it's been so long already. Like, you know, and that's my mistake. That's my mistake. Because I know that in this twin flame journey, we shouldn't be expecting anything from our divine masculine, you know. So, yeah, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. So, yeah, I mentioned to my best friend that, you know, she wrote me a letter at that time. My divine masculine wrote me a letter in that time that we were together, and that was 3 years ago, and I was helping her through her personal problem in life, and she wrote me a letter. She even sent me a ring that said, "You are my only love," and she also has the other pair because it's a couple ring, and she also sent me a necklace that had, it's a broken heart that had her name and my name in it. And yeah, that letter, I remember what she wrote in that letter. And she said that I changed her life. You cannot forget someone who changed your life. You cannot not love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys get what I'm saying? I know. She is my divine masculine. And I guess I was just caught up with so much doubts and so much fear, I guess. I don't know. I guess we were at that purging. yeah, it's exhausting, you guys. You guys know that. If you're in a twin flame journey, you guys understand what I'm going through. So right now, I'm just trying to not think about her. I'm trying the best I can not to think about her, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, what if this is really what I need to do? Just let it happen. If I think about her, I think about her, and then just release it. You know, just take it in, accept it, and release it. You know, maybe that's what I need to do instead of trying to also run away from the situation. And it's a painful journey. It's a painful journey. You know, because I miss her. I miss her. I love her. I'm not in love with her. That's not gonna change. I try not to stalk her, but I can't stop myself. Like I just, you know, curiosity kills. So last night I spent all night trying to stop myself from, you know, thinking about her, to the point where I sang so many songs last night that my best friend is like, oh my god, that is a lot of songs that you just sung in like the whole night, you know, like wow. And today I sang more. You know, and I was thinking, a thought came to my mind. Maybe this is part of a healing process. I don't really, again, I'm not as knowledgeable as everybody about twin flame journey. I just know bits and pieces. And at the same time, I'm kind of like connecting it with my feelings toward my divine masculine, and connecting it to the experience that I've had with this person who I did not know was my divine masculine, because I didn't know what the meaning of it was at the time. But having go back in time and have now a huge understanding to all this, it gave me a lot of clarity. And see, that's one thing too, why I should not doubt this twin flame journey. And I thought about that too last night. See, I have a lot on my head. Like, and one of the thoughts that came to my mind is that if she wasn't my divine masculine, I wouldn't even be curious about this whole thing. I wouldn't even know about all this. I wouldn't be guided to do tarot. I wouldn't be guided to know about divine masculine, divine feminine, and twin flames. There's a reason. There's a reason why I was guided here in this information that I did not even plan it. I didn't, you know, it's like, whoa, right? I don't even know, but but now I know. Now I know, and I think I'm just gonna find peace and solitude in knowing it, and focus on myself. I'm just excited to go to work. I will fly to Vancouver on the 2nd of September, and I start work on the 3rd. I will be updating my vlog. I'll do the best I can to do it every day. But yeah, I know there's a few people who watches my videos. I have gained a few very small amount of subscribers. Thank you if you have subscribed. Yeah, take care, guys.